I think we're live. Hey, we're live. I believe we were 1 second early. I believe we did start just a fraction of a second before scheduled time. Welcome, mon ami. Bonjour. Oh, hang on. Oh, shut up. There we go. We don't want an echo. Sorry, it was playing on YouTube. We do have sound on YouTube. There we go. Confirmed. Let's turn on the camera. All right, there we go. Bonjour, mon ami. Mon camisette. It's Dungeons and Dragons. ¿Por qué Dungeons and Dragons? Because I'm sure there are dragons in France, and I didn't get a T-shirt when I was in France, so parce que dragons existent en France, I'm wearing a Dungeons and Dragons shirt. So, hey, FK. Oh, that's French for runaway. Hey, I want to welcome everyone in the chat. I want to welcome FKHC. Hey, what are you throwing in? What's the YouTube you're throwing in the chat? Oh, that's the Three Stooges? Okay, awesome. The Three Stooges. I see there are parasites there in France. The old Three Stooges joke. Okay, that's awesome. And hey, Stark of Iron, La Vie en Rose. That's the name of it doesn't exist anymore, but it used to be the premier spot romantico in Whistler Ski Resort. Was a restaurant by the name of La Vie en Rose. The life, the rose life, I guess. The happy life. You look through rose tinted glasses, I guess. Vie meaning life. Mon français, c'est not good. Très mauvais. Mon français, c'est très mauvais. Je m'excuse. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. My French, it's been a long time. Don't speak much French. Although my neighbor is Quebecois, but we only speak English. Same as a lot of Quebecers. And I want to welcome Sashi first in the chat. Hey, thanks for being here. We're going to get to the pictures right away. I've got been to because Paris and France is the gateway to a lot of Europe. I mean, if you're going to go to Europe, you might as well go to Paris. I've been there a few times, 4 or maybe 5. And so I've got pictures from 90, 91, 92, sorry, 92, again in 93. And I've got some pictures from 1998 and 2001. But I've got quite a bit. So this is the first show of Paris of many. And probably going to take at least 2 or 3 shows to do Paris properly. And then Versailles, we'll throw in Versailles in one of the shows. And also like other parts of France. I didn't take a great deal of pictures, but I do have some. So we'll do France as a whole pretty soon. But I want to welcome Old Man Bird. Bonsoir means good evening. Bonsoir, mon ami, my friend. Sashi, hello. I don't know how much French Sashi would probably speak down there. I don't know. Enchanté, mon frère Sashi. Enchanté. I mean, that's a uniquely French word. It means sort of greetings, or I'm delighted to meet you. Mon frère is my brother, Sashi. Oi, oi. I don't think that's French. Greetings, my old man. Bird, oh, hey, my brother, Sashi, you do know French. I'll be damned. There you go. Fondue, fromage, et chocolat. Yeah, those are my favorite words in French, old man Bird. All right, so we're getting down. Okay, old man Bird says, let's go back up. We'll reach that. And yeah, we're going to start with the picture show real quick here. I do want to acknowledge the chat. And old man Bird said, song in French. Oh, he sang in French. Oh, he was told it was French. I don't speak it. Yeah, I believe I have heard you sing in French, Tony. I think maybe I have. That's fantastic. All right, so we're doing it live. Who you got with? Well, I was hoping to have Heather L with me tonight, but she was not able to make it. But that's okay. We'll have her another day. And hey, Jim's Landscaping. I want to say hello to you. I want to say hello to Suzanne. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hello. Yes, Jim's Landscaping. There you are. Good to see you. And I know PvP is in here somewhere. Where are you, PvP? I saw you there. Oh, yeah, caps. That's okay with the caps. Cooking pasta. Delicious, my friend. Yeah, I'll have to eat later. I don't have time right now. And that looks like lemon pie. Hello, good evening, lemon pie. And Suzanne, I think I acknowledge you, but I just want to say hello. Good to see you. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Well, let's put something more interesting than me. Although I have the lightsaber in the background, so I hope you appreciate the green glow. I have added some light here to the studio, so that's fantastic. Ooh, Pleasant Valley Pig. Basic pasta. What would help? Ooh, you know what? Fresh oregano from my garden. That would help. And cherry tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes are just starting PvP. So I'm sure you're just around the corner. So I'm sure that you have cherry tomatoes popping as well. Stark of Iron says, yes, Alice Thor sings that song. He knows French, being a New Orleans native. Of course, mon ami. But of course. And we're gonna. Oh, Miskatonic Madman is here. Oh, I see you there. All right, we're gonna get to the pictures here right quick. I just want to acknowledge Miskatonic Madman. Hello and welcome to you, my friend. Yeah, we didn't make it last week. There was a bonfire triple birthday party that just got out of hand, and I was not able to do the show. Sometimes real life does get in the way. Sashi says, I'm terrible at French. I had a friend that could speak it. That's fantastic. And, well, you know, I'm not great at French either. Mon français, c'est très mauvais. My French is very bad. Oh, hey, Molecular Arts. There you are, my friend. I can't stay. Travel from Finland to Estonia today. Now, there's the real travel guy. Dude, Molecular Arts, when you get back for your travel, or if you do want to do a live stream, I'll send you the link anytime. Although my ex is going through issues right now, but I'll start a new account. Welcome to see you. I would love to have you on when you get back or while you're traveling, and we can talk travel until the cows literally come home. They do come home. I think it's in October around here. And we'll get down. Hey, Rusty Rivers, good to see you, my friend. Fantastic. Good to see you, Captain. Yeah, I have a sailboat. I went sailing today. I have a video. I'm going to upload it. I actually was making, I don't know, like 5 miles an hour. It wasn't great, but the sails were filled. The jib was filled. I was trimming the sails. It was fantastic. It was absolutely to see you. All right, let's put up some pictures. Let's put up some pictures here. Which ones are we going to go with? Let's go with that one. And throw that up on stage. There we go. Okay. So that is France. That is northeast of France, not far from a castle called Chateau Pierre-France. My pronunciation is terrible. Oh, hey, Kronos. I want to say hello to you. Good to see you, Kronos. So my buddy, shout out to Kevin. I've known Kevin probably 35 years. Pardon my French. Ooh, I can say that all stream now. Every time I swear, I'll just say pardon my French. And Kevin is a man. He's a dude. But his older sister, married another awesome dude, and they had a place in France. And we went backpacking and ended up staying with them for a couple of weeks and using this place. You can see their view from their backyard. We stayed there for 2 weeks and used it as a base and we got use of a car, so we just go into Paris and take road trips into Paris. It was awesome. Kevin did, I think, all of the driving. I think he did. I don't think I've driven in France. So again, shout out to Kevin. Thank you. All right. So there we go. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so there's another. There's another view. Now I know why I took this picture. This isn't sunset. This is an eclipse. This was the beginning of an eclipse. This would have been, I want to say 99, 98, 99. There was an eclipse, a full solar eclipse in France. And this is the beginning of it. That's why I took that picture from their backyard. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, does anyone know what that is? Yeah, that is indeed the famous viewpoint. They purposely built this viewpoint just to see the Eiffel Tower. Now there's quite a bit of smoke and fog that day, but that sounded like Rick Moranis telling stories out of Ghostbusters that day. But there you go. Oh, and there's another. That's a famous column there in Paris, central Paris. No, it's not. FKC. That Tokyo Tower is like half that size. Although the pollution would make. There wasn't pollution when I lived in Japan in 2004. Honestly, there was no pollution there that I saw. Not very. I mean, you'd come home and blow your nose and there'd be black in it, but not visible pollution. This is Paris. I guarantee you, my friend. That is definitely. Although Tokyo Tower does look very similar. Okay, now let's scroll on to the comments. Hey, hello, Nemesis. Hello, Nemesis of Eden says, "Hey, you beautiful beings. I hope they're doing well today." I'm doing very well, Nemesis. Thanks for being here, my friend. Lemon Pie. Hello, everybody. Yeah, so this is obviously the Eiffel Tower. Famous view. So this is the place. It's been in so many movies. All right, if you watch a movie and they're going to Paris and they go to view the Eiffel Tower, this is the custom-built platform that everyone goes to see, to view the Eiffel Tower from afar. So that's it. And in between here and the Eiffel Tower, there's like gardens and I'm pretty sure there's like ponds, like water, like man-made ponds and things. So it's like what would you call it? I guess you'd call it the green or the lawn. But yeah, CN Tower, yeah, close, Kronos, very close, my friend. Moving on. Mm-hmm. Now I know this wasn't 99 because in 90. Oh, this must have been a little later then, because in 99 there was a giant 1999 digital countdown timer on the Eiffel Tower. I saw it with my own eyes. I know it was there, right above the first gap, right where the legs meet the tower. There was a giant digital sign counting down the minutes to the year 2000, and that was there in 99. So that may be 1998. And Old Man Brit says, the Seine. Oh, that's the river that goes through Paris. Où est la plage? Where's the beach? Ooh, I don't think you'd want to go swimming in the... Your French is impressive, my friend. I know your Spanish is pretty good as well. French? Spanish? Oh, very impressive, my friend. And, right. Okay, Sashi says, ooh, I remember. This was the place at the beginning of Team America. Right, the viewpoint for the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Well, that's one of them. It's been in many movies, but that's one of them for sure. And this is just downtown Paris. That is, I want to say, that's an Egyptian obelisk that probably the French acquired during World War II, or maybe it was gifted to them. It probably was gifted to them. Yeah, who knows? And there's the Eiffel Tower in the very background, and there's downtown Paris. And these little vehicles were everywhere. These little delivery vehicles were everywhere. They were cool. Just stay out of their way. The French, the roads are narrow and they drive fast and they're really, really good. They are good. Mind the gap. Now, Kronos, that's in London, my friend. But when you get on the tube. Yeah, when you get on the subway there, that's mind the gap. No, this is France. Although, if you're going to go to Paris, take it from me, you might as well go to London. I've never gone in the Channel. I've never traveled the 4 or 5 times I've gone from London to Paris. It's always been on the ferries, the Channel crossing. You get to see the white cliffs of Dover. You know what? I'll find the pictures, or I'll scan those negatives in, and we'll do those another time. But I do have pictures of the white cliffs of Dover going on the ferry to France, and they were breathtaking. No, inspiring. Yes, in my opinion. There we go. Okay, so if you actually walk up onto the platform, and there is the picture. Now, why did I take it sideways? So I cut off the top. This is a film camera. This is not digital. I couldn't do digital magic with this. This is a film camera back then. But anyway, I told you there was water. That looks like fountains down there. See, lawns and fountains. And ooh, it got dark quickly. Yeah, Cardos, the gap is definitely in London. Sashi says, didn't get the opportunity to get on the hovercraft that used to travel the channel. No, I did not. Every time I think of hovercraft, I think of Jackie Chan in Rumble in the Bronx, where he broke his leg jumping onto that thing. Yeah, there's the underside, the underbelly of the Eiffel Tower. Now, this isn't a great shot, but it is a shot that you won't see anywhere else. Ooh, there, you're looking right up the skirt of the Eiffel Tower. Now, again, this isn't the most beautiful shot. It's not a digital camera. It's very old school film camera, but you're literally looking right at the Eiffel Tower's junk. So you won't see that every day, folks. Ooh, Kronos says, the only other country I've been to is Canada. And Old Man Bird, while we stare at the crotch of the Eiffel Tower, Old Man Bird says, in the Louvre, they have pieces of the Sphinx. The pyramid channels say there were a lot of French and British Egyptologists. You're missing the P, but that's okay. I know what you mean. I'll be damned. Well, I'm not surprised. And you know what? Cheers, folks. This is a little bit of local cider. Small fringe minority. Freedom Convoy 2022. We won't talk politics on this particular evening, but if anyone knows what's going on, cross your fingers. Right. Well, you know what, Old Man Bird, I have some pictures of the Louvre that we're going to see pretty quickly here. In the 1800s, you say? Okay. Up the skirt. Yeah, that is literally up the skirt. Yep, that is up the skirt. Shrubby, hey, 1989, welcome and hello to you. Indeed, there were. It was Napoleon French intelligentsia that found the Rosetta Stone and started what we now know as Egyptology. No, I did not know that. Holy shit, dude, Shrubby, you are welcome anytime. If you want to come and talk stuff like that. That isn't okay. I know what the Rosetta Stone is. I did study cultural anthropology in university. Not that it's making me any money, but I do know that the Rosetta Stone was basically the keystone to deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs. And the fact that without it, we wouldn't really well, maybe AI would understand them. I don't know. Sashi says, yeah, there used to be a hovercraft between France and the UK. It stopped because of fuel costs. Well, I'm not surprised. Neither. It blew my mind when you found it. Well, no shit, Shrubby. No kidding. Well, we don't want to be staring at the undercarriage of the Eiffel Tower too long. Okay, now here is going up the elevator in the Eiffel Tower. Now, it's weird. They have an elevator that goes up the leg, and it's like a diagonal elevator. I don't know. It's not like a funicular. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is a funicular. It's a diagonal elevator that goes up the leg, and then you take another straight elevator that goes straight up. But when you go up the elevator, this is looking back on the platform. The platform that you can see the Eiffel Tower from. This is now looking back at it, and it's all lit up on the sides, and the dark spot is where we were standing. And that is a shitty picture, so moving on. And there's the Eiffel Tower at night. There we go, folks. Yeah, I'll go back with the digital camera and for some reason, traffic flows in and out and around the Eiffel Tower. I don't know if it does now, but it did back in the 90s and 2000s. Now they might be worried about vans packed with, boom boom stuff. Can I say explosives? Fuck it. It's my channel. I'll say explosive if I want to. And there's a crappy picture. Is that the full moon? That is the full moon coming up over the Eiffel Tower, folks. That's why I took that picture. It's not a great picture, but it is the full moon and the Eiffel Tower in the same shot. So any of you that have that, top that. It is a shitty picture, though. I do apologize. Aerosmith. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, in all seriousness, hang on. Let's... in all seriousness, you just reminded me. Speaking of Aerosmith, folks, that's I'm going to raise a glass. I'll raise this glass. We'll talk about this around a bonfire here pretty quick in the next few days. But R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan. I just found out. About Hulk Hogan. Plus the lead singer of Golden Earring, who they're famous for Radar Love, which like anyone from the 80s, Radar Love. Well, that's Golden Earring. And the Koosman, Mr. George Koosman, who, don't quote me on that. Yeah. Anyway, the fella from Golden Earring passed away too. I mean, that happens, right? That happens. So raising a glass to them. Yeah, moving on. There we go. There will be more. I mean, all the people that we love are getting up there. That happens. Moving on. So the city of eternal love, Paris. There's the full moon and the Eiffel Tower. George Koumans. Okay, all right, I got that right. Holy shit, I did get that right. George Koumans. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Shrubby. And yes, didn't know about him. Damn, dude. Yeah. Oh, sorry to be the one to tell you, man. R.I.P. Ozzy, Hulk Hogan, and Shunsaku Tamiya. Tamiya was the guy who brought us Tamiya model kits. I do not know that. Shunsaku Tamiya. Shunsaku. Now, okay, if you're writing it the Japanese way, then Shunsaku would be the family name first, and Tamiya would be his given name. But if you're writing it in English, but Shunsaku sounds like a first name. So Tamiya sounds like a family name. So you're writing it for us the Western way, I would assume. Chuck Mangione, no way. Well, cheers to Chuck Mangione as well. Yeah, cheers to Chuck Mangione. Yeah. All right. Of the Jazz Brothers. I know the name. Not as familiar with his music as I probably should be. Maybe DJ Play Nice will pop in and he'll tell us about it. So there's the full moon and the Eiffel Tower, looking up the skirt a little bit. Ooh, yeah, there you go. Traffic right beside the Eiffel Tower, folks. And okay, now some of you may know this. The headlights are yellow. And that blew me away. And I don't know. I haven't been to Paris since 2007. And they were still yellow. And it's because they're much less harsh on your eyes. Because you're in city. You don't need like big headlights driving around the city very much. So they had yellow lenses over their headlights. And it made it a lot nicer to drive. But yeah, there you go. Yellow headlights in Paris. Maybe they still have them. I'm not sure. Shrubby, 1989 says, me either. I feel bad. I think my granddad would have loved his stuff. Oh, yeah. My loved. Okay, there we go. Got it. Also, this past week, Malcolm Jamal Warner, who was the Cosby Show, passed away. Theo! Someone just told me that tonight. Oh, lemon pie. I just learned that Theo died tonight. That's fucked up. I'm 53, and I know he wasn't. He may have been 10 years older than me. I don't even think 10 years older. That is effed up. Another cheers, Kronos. Yeah, holy shit. We're going to be drunk in Paris, folks. This is the 7% cider. So cheers. Yeah, cheers to Theo Huxtable. All right, I'm doing a bonfire in the next couple of days. We're going to talk about all. Do you remember? All right, any of the guys out there? Do you remember when Theo Huxtable was learning to shave? And Bill Cosby, no matter what you think of him as a person, as the actor, Bill Cosby was good as a dad. And he was telling Theo, okay, always up, down, never side to side with the razor. And man, 54, he was 1 year older than me. I knew he wasn't that much older than me. Holy shit. Apparently he drowned. Right? Might be an accident, but it still stinks. Yeah, it does. All of the main players in the Cosby trials as well. One of the main players. Oh, really? Darn. No side to side. That's right, Kronos. That's what Theo Huxtable. That's the one bit that I remember with Theo. In he was learning how to shave, and he was like, never side to side with a razor. And any of you dudes, you know that. Oh, there's an okay. Again, it's old school technology camera. I apologize, but there you go. There is the Eiffel Tower, right up close, folks. And moving on. Ooh, that's not the Eiffel Tower. Does anyone know what we're staring at? The ass end of this building. It's probably the second most famous building in Paris, and it has been bombed. Not recently. This was before it was bombed. Are we gonna get kicked off YouTube for saying that? Fuck it. Swift -1. Hello and welcome to you. Karate Kid. Okay, side to side. That's not shaving. Hey, welcome, Swift -1. Welcome, Matt G. Good to see you. Notre Dame. Shrubby got it. Bingo. That is Notre Dame. Lemon pie also knows. That is the back end, the ass end of Notre Dame. And those are, oh, they're not ramparts. The architecture, man, I walked around, my buddy and I, Kevin, walked around Notre Dame for hours just admiring the architecture. Very Gothic. I kept trying to see Batman. He wasn't there. But what are those? Are those buttresses? I believe those are buttresses, right? Old Man Bird, I bet you know this. Crenellations? No, they're not crenellations. Crenellations are for shooting arrows. Aren't those the slits for shooting arrows through? You're Batman? Well, now we know. Thanks, Kronos. Spires? No. The buttresses going up into the walls. The only fortified church in Europe. Yeah. I'm pretty sure those are buttresses. No, crenellations. I think those are arrow slits from which you punish your enemies with. Yeah. Definitely gargoyles. There are definitely gargoyles up there. The only fortified church in Europe. Okay. Well, yeah, it survived. It survived the nasty bombings and so forth, didn't it? Wow, we just keep saying bombings in this stream. We'll see how long YouTube lets us go. There it is from a distance. So this was fall, obviously, looking at the trees. Looks like fall there. Hey, buddy. Yeah, that looks like Notre Dame in the fall, folks. Or the spring. Was it this? You know what? That was the spring. I remember that trip. That was March. That's March. Yeah, that was March. There we go. Now, can you see the gargoyle up in that middle spire right up top? I should have had a telephoto lens. But that is the back end of Notre Dame. And he's up there. And that giant stained glass window we're looking at from the outside, they had to take special precautions during World War II. They may have even removed that. I remember the tour guide saying they may have removed that stained glass window piece by piece during the war in World War II and replaced it after the war, just because they were afraid of it getting damaged. That could be my imagination, or that could be fact. But it rings a bell. I know I've heard that story about a stained glass window. That was famous. Narrow arrow slits are embrasures, says Shrubby. The square formations on walls are crenellations. No kidding. All right, well, there you go. And, okay, so from the crenellations, you have embrasures from which to punish your enemies. Ah, thank you. Dude, Shrubby, thank you again, once again. Lemon Pie bringing in some knowledge. It had a bad fire in 2019. I don't think they ever proved it was arson. It was probably the English. I'm going to say it's English. Probably the English. Old Man Bird says Paris in the spring. Sounds familiar. Indeed. Crenels. Okay. Ooh. I think they're called fellatioes. Oh, maybe. Yeah, you know, that also sounds familiar. Fellatioes does sound familiar, my friend. Yeah, okay. Right? Moving on. Ooh, Okay, so that's inside the church, looking out. That stained glass windows. Yeah, that's a terrible picture. Why did I include this? I shouldn't have included that. Ooh! All right. Who knows where that is? Who knows where that is? I'll give you a better picture of that. Here's a postcard. Here's a postcard that I picked up. There we go. Who knows where that is? Ooh, Kronos knows. So does Lemon Pie. So does Shrubby. Yep, bingo. Ooh, you want to talk to Mona Lisa? Well, here she is. And she's actually not much bigger than that. There's the Mona Lisa. And this book I picked up in 1992. It's All Paris. And this was a tourist book. And I'll show you a few pictures inside. Ooh! 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 There's the Seine. There's the Seine River. There's going across one of the famous bridges across the Seine River. I think I have that in one of the photos. Ooh! Ooh! See, this is why I bought that book, because that is way better than any picture I can take. Right? Like, look at that. That's why I bought this book. It's got everything. It's got everything. Ooh! Here's some paintings from inside. Ooh. Here's some paintings. Oh, this looks... You recognize that painting? That's from inside the Louvre. Love it. Anyway, there we go. Ooh, there's a price on it. 55 francs. English edition. 55 francs. So I don't know how much 55 francs was in dollars in 1992. I have just memory jogging my memory. I think it was 5 to 1. So that might have been $10 Canadian. Ooh, speaking of, so this is the currency that the French currently use, the euro. Oops. There's the back side of it. And there's a Roman aqueduct there. So yeah, that's a euro. But this is a French franc from 1992. Now this is 5 francs. It looks like. Nope, 10 francs. Look at that, 10 francs. Oh, that light is just crappy. That is 10 francs. And this is on a lot of their coins. This image, a Lady of Liberty, I believe. I do have a new camera, but it's not working right now. There we go. Yeah, those are French francs. Ooh, here's 1 franc with the same lady. That's 1 French franc. And she's on the back as well. She's always there. No, she's upside down. Anyway, yeah, Lady of Liberty. She's... Ooh, here's another postcard I picked up in France, in Paris, with the fireworks. And another one. Ooh, I like that one. Again, looking up the skirt. I don't know what the French keep. They love looking up the skirt of the Eiffel Tower. I don't know why. Yeah, don't know why. There we go. And then, and you can pick up. They sell these everywhere. All right. Usually, immigrants or illegal immigrants usually selling these, people that can't get other jobs. But what it is it's a packet of postcards, and usually not white people are selling these. And you can be careful what you know. They're everywhere. You can get a good price because they are everywhere. But that's the only work they can really do, I think, because they're not legal. But yeah, it's fantastic. All the see, you guys know these, right, from the 90s? We used to have these. Yeah, fun. Anyway. Ooh, Frank is here. Who's Frank? Oh, let me be Frank, says Lemon Pie. There we go. Ooh, coinage. Yes, we have the coinage. Yeah, I gotta figure out how. I maybe should take pictures of those ahead of time to do a better job of showing those. Yeah, I could make jokes. Well, please go ahead. You can say anything you want in my chat as long as you're not attacking others in the chat. Ooh, and we'll talk about this. I've got other pictures. Let's jump ahead. Who knows what this is? This is my picture. I took this. It's kind of, yeah, it's not the best picture. I'll show you better pictures online, but this is someone very famous is in here. And it's in this building. Here's a clue. It's in this building. And we're going to go see Les Invalides et le Muséum d'Armée. Bingo, Shrubby got it. Oh, and while I'm here, all right, while I'm here, in 1998, you could pick up this. And that is a rail pass, a subway pass, a metro pass that gets you all through Paris metros for 1 week. And that is the Carte Museums. It gets you in all the tourist sites in Paris. It's a multi-pass. And in 1998, my buddy Kevin and I went all around Paris with this train pass and this museum pass. And it's only available for foreigners, tourists. And it got us in everywhere. There were special lines. Like we went to the Louvre. We used the Louvre once as a coat check. We didn't even go in. We were going somewhere else. And because there's a special line and a special coat check. And with this pass, it's like a 2-minute in and out. So we didn't want to carry our bags around Paris. So we literally used the Louvre as a bag check for our stuff because of this pass. Oh, and on the back of it, it has a metro, the Paris subway map and subway system on the back. So this is a multi-pass. I don't know if you can still get these. I don't know if these still exist, but it is the tourist pass in Paris, and it gets you everywhere. Well, funny thing, it gets you to all the sites except for one, because this one site doesn't belong to Paris. It's privately owned. Yeah, Milo Jovovich, your god. Yeah, Old Man Bird. Yeah, hearts up to her. Oh, we kept quoting The Fifth Element the entire time we were in Paris. Yeah, big bada boom. Exactly, Kronos. Lilo Dallas. Bingo, multi-pass. You got it. That was it. But there is one site that wouldn't let us in because it's privately owned. And it wasn't included in the program. And that's it right there. The Eiffel Tower. We had to pay to get in the Eiffel Tower. Multi-pass does not work in the Eiffel Tower. Maybe it does now, if they still have the multi-pass. But anyway, let's get back to the pictures. And put that up. There we go. All right. So yeah, here's inside the Louvre. And I think I have a couple of pictures inside the Louvre. Oh, no, it's a separate folder. I will open that as well. So there we go. They're always doing renovations and constructions around Paris. That is the Louvre under renovations, maintaining it, because not even including what's inside the Louvre, the building itself is just amazing. It's incredible. There you go. You're looking at it. Just amazing. Okay, and there is the famous Arc de Triomphe in Paris. And it's a long way outside of the center of Paris. My buddy and I ended up, I don't know why that picture was in. Oh, here's inside the Louvre. Here's inside the Louvre. That lady is definitely wearing a French haircut from the 90s. Ooh, Moulin Rouge, Arc de Triomphe. Yes, that's in another. I have all those pictures in another. Paris is too big to do in one show. Old Man Bird. Too big. Shrubby says, the Mona Lisa is gorgeous. Just DM'd my favorite painting. It blows the ML out of the water. Really? Blows the Mona Lisa out of the water. Well, I don't have X anymore. X thinks I'm a bot, so my X account has been suspended. But my email still works. Canadian Spider Steve at gmail.com. DM'd on Discord. Oh, okay. Thanks, Shelby. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, moving on. Ooh, there's the Hard Rock Cafe in Paris. Now, I know Hard Rock Cafe now is not a big deal, but in the 80s and 90s, the Hard Rock Cafe was the place to be seen. That's at the time, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Sylvester Stallone all were part owners in the Hard Rock Cafe. And yeah, Paris, man. Paris, Hard Rock. Ooh, that's me a long time ago in a tiny car. I just thought that car was cool. You would not want to get hit by a 18-wheeler in that. There you go. All right, and there's the Seine, the river in Paris. And yeah, well, I did like how they had the walkways along the river, and you took stairs to get down to it. That was kind of cool. I do like that. Ooh, Cornus has been to the Hard Rock in Toronto. I may have as well. Yeah, I think I might have seen that. I don't think I have a picture of it though. I don't think so. Ooh, this is Notre Dame in the front. So we showed you the back end of Notre Dame, and they're doing a little bit. They were doing renovations in 1998. There is Notre Dame Cathedral in the front. There's square onto it. Shirley says, yeah, epoxy little Citroen cars, exactly. Yeah. And there you go. There's the front, Kronos. There's the front. You like the front. Yeah, and I enjoyed Notre Dame. So can anyone tell me what's in front of, now this is trivia. I don't know if this is on the, it must be on the internet. You must be able to Google this, I'm sure. But from memory, I'm telling you that there is something on the ground in the cobblestones. Ooh, they probably have moved it now. But back then, there was something in the ground that commemorated something of the metric system that was right out front of the right out front of Notre Dame in the cobblestones. Was anyone, well, the Rose Line, yeah, but also the Rose Line, yeah. I've heard of that. I don't know what that is. I can't remember what that is at the moment. The Japanese still do small cars called K cars. No, there is a replica of the original 1 kilogram weight. The one, like, what is 1 kilogram? 2.2 pounds, I think. But it's bronze, and there is a commemorative 1 kilogram weight right in the cobblestones, right out front of Notre Dame. Well, there used to be. And the Rose Line. What the hell is the Rose Line? I forget what that is, Shrubby. One of the original metric lines for latitude and longitude. Okay, well, there you go, too. It makes sense that they would have that there. They talked about that in the Da Vinci Code. No kidding, old man bird. That's right. That's where I know that from. That's where I saw that from. You're right. And yes, the plum weight. You are right. See, Shrubby, I'm going back to, almost 1989. I'm going back to 1992 with that little tidbit of information. So I'm glad I'm not losing my mind. That is accurate. Good. The plum weight. Yeah, see, I don't talk shit all the time. Not all the time. And there's, there we go. The front of the Notre Dame. Very impressive with the stained glass windows there. There it is. Okay. There it is. That is the 1 kilogram weight. I don't know if it's still there. Would they still have that there? Hard to say. There's probably a fence around it now. I mean, someone would probably dig it out. Ooh, there's me. There's me and my buddy Jacques. right behind that hedge. I have no idea who took this picture, but I included it because you can see the ornate carvings of the entrances to the Notre Dame Cathedral. And it's images from hell and like all the archangels and angels and images from heaven. And yeah, it's quite impressive. That's from a long way away. Again, that is the big palace in Paris, the Grand Palace, I believe. Or is that? Yeah, what that's doing there. Here we go. Here's a close-up of the some of the scenes in Notre Dame from the archway that I just showed you back here, right there. There's the archways, and here's a close-up of what's in there. And it looks like perhaps judgment is going on, and yeah, lots of angels and other people. There we go. So those are all kinds of statues there, each carved. And I don't know, were they all, were they all religious, people? Were they the Catholic head of the Catholic Church at each period of time? One would assume. Perhaps archbishops. Shelby says, you can lie to yourself and your minions. You can claim that you haven't a qualm, but you never can run from or hide what you've done from the eyes of Notre Dame. That is what the archbishop meant. I'll be damned. Thank you, Shelby. Well, there you go. That's okay. That's what that was referring to. Then there is definitely, that's a scene above the entrance to the Notre Dame. That is judgment. If I've ever seen a carving of judgment, that's it. With the angels above and all the people being judged. Yeah, there we go. That's what that line means from the archbishop. Cool. Ooh, and here's inside. Okay, so here's outside. Here's inside. Here's outside. Here's inside. Cool. And that is a terrible picture of, I think, another famous Paris building. Let me consult my book. Which one is that? It's not Notre Dame. Ooh, my book tells all about Notre Dame. Okay. The Gothic style of these portals, dating from about 1220, is characterized a softer, more direct way of looking at and interpreting nature. Interesting. Okay, here it is. The best loved by the Gothic artist, that is the Last Judgment. On the pilaster which divides it into is the figure of Christ, while on the embrasures are panels with personifications of the vices and virtues and statues of the apostles. Figures depicting the celestial court, paradise, and hell are sculpted with great skill around the curve of the arch. Well, there you go. It was the Last Judgment. That's exactly what we were just looking at, right there. Cool. Ooh, Sashi says, where's your baguette? I know I don't have a baguette. Je m'excuse. Je suis désolé. I'm sorry. I like brie. Ooh, I love brie. Moving on. Okay, and this is a famous bridge going over to Les Invalides and le Museum d'Armée, the military museum, and Les Invalides, where Napoleon is buried. That was Napoleon's tomb I was showing you earlier. So that is it, right across this bridge. And with golden statues as pillars at the entrances to the bridge. So how cool is that? And again with the smoke. Well, they didn't have pollution controls back in the early 90s. Charlie said the entire building is one gigantic portrayal of heaven and hell in one place. No kidding. And it's eerie humbling when you look directly at it all. Dude, it was. Even back then, I can still remember it. It really was. So yeah, this is leading to Napoleon's tomb. And ooh, there's the Arc de Triomphe way, way, way down there. Did you see that? It's way, way, way down right in the center. And there's that building. Is that, what the hell is that building? I had to look that up and I didn't. No, that's, ooh. Yeah, save that for later. I do know that building. It's not a train station. It's, is that, that is, I think that is the Napoleon's tomb. Is that, no, that's not it. It's that building. I think that is a train station. That is a giant train station. I'm going back very many decades, but that is Paris's train station. I think that's what that was. Yeah. Someone correct me if they know better. I'm going to say that's a train station in Paris. Ooh, there's cool cars from early 90s in Paris. The Garde du Nord. The Nord. Really? Okay. The North Guard? Okay, yeah, please, it might not be a train station. Please correct me if you know better. I'm not a religious person, but even I felt a very humane chill up my spine. Yep, indeed. And there is, ooh, that's a Ferrari dealership. It's not a great picture of it, but that is a Ferrari dealership in Paris with all the latest in 1992 Ferraris. And there's the bridge again, going over to Napoleon's tomb and the Eiffel Tower. And again, the Eiffel Tower. Beautiful. There's the whole one. Now, I do have pictures of, I do. Let's go. There we go. Okay, so when you're looking at this viewing platform of the Eiffel Tower, these are the sides. You look to the left and the right, and that's what you see. And these beautiful buildings, museums, I believe, and there's down below between us and the Eiffel Tower. And even past if you can see, it stretches on well past the Eiffel Tower as well. Just a beautiful public garden. Now, this is inside one of the prettiest cathedrals in all of Paris. This is the Sainte-Chapelle Cathedral, and it's got a little tiny part of it with a low ceiling, and then it has this grand, huge cathedral part to it, and it's just amazing. It's absolutely incredible, and that's all stained glass. Sainte-Chapelle, one of the most incredible buildings that you won't hear about much in Paris. There you go, and even the walls were like huge. I don't know how the building stands. Like, it's all glass. Like, where's the structure? And these are, I believe, kings or noble people, all around. This guy looks Scottish with his kilt there on the sides of Saint-Chapelle, but it could be French. I think the French had kilts as well as English. And there's, okay, this is down below. This is down below. This is beneath this is this. And it's even, it was even, I like this part myself. This was super cool. And it's not, I don't think there's anyone buried down there. Well, maybe there's people buried down there, but I just like the architecture. This is Sainte-Chapelle. So in Sainte-Chapelle, you've got the big cathedral, but then down below you have this, and just the amazing architecture. It was incredible. Sainte-Chapelle. And yeah, arches can hold up a lot. You're darn right. Yeah, it was beautiful. Just absolutely gorgeous. And there, yeah, Sainte-Chapelle again. Lots of arches, lots of glass. Okay, now here we are. Here's Napoleon's tomb. This is right here. The military museum, and Les Invalides. Les Invalides et le Musée de l'Armée. And there you go. This is inside. This kind of is reminiscent of the Vatican. Inside the Vatican, you'll see similar to this. But mind you, I guess Napoleon fancied himself as a almost as a god, and he was, this kind of suited him, I would suppose. Ooh, okay, so this is now inside. So I said this not only is Napoleon's tomb, it's also a military museum. So this is one of the first French tanks. And it looks like the pointy thing in front looks like it could go through like barbed wire and fences and stuff. Yeah, one of the very first tanks of the French. Ooh, okay, and that's looking up at the dome. You saw the dome? Let's go back. So, see the dome? Yeah, there's the dome. And here's looking up at the dome. And there's a bunch of people and some clouds and a bunch of gold. I have no idea what that is. Statue and tomb of a dude. Okay, and so you go into this building as Invalides. You go in here and you walk on the ground level, and Napoleon is buried below, right there, in that sunken circle. And I do have pictures looking down. I just don't have them here. But you look down. You can't go up to his coffin. You can't go up to his tomb, Napoleon's tomb. You can look down from above, like a viewing gallery. Here, I'll show you. What did I do with that? I just had it here somewhere. What did I do with that? How do you misplace? Oh, here it is. Picture of Napoleon's tomb. So yeah, it's looking down from above. And I haven't digitized this yet. My apologies. I have to clean it up. That is Napoleon's tomb from looking down below. So you can't get right up to it. And even the floor is very intricate. And that is what you see when you look down there. And I want to say hello. Guten Morgen, Kameraden, says Greek letters. Dina says Larson. Hello and welcome. I think the French had tartan kilts. Yeah, I think so. I believe you're probably right on that. Okay, moving along. Ooh, so yeah, the military museum is just beautiful in itself. Just that whole building is incredible. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, if you're gonna bury Napoleon, you might as well put it in a really nice place. Yeah, you might. Ooh, holy crap! Look at this, folks. I didn't even know this was here. Look at that. Okay, this is I bought this in Paris at the time. It's a little postcard book, and there is on ground level what his tomb looks like. We weren't allowed down there. You have to be special to get down there, but that's what Napoleon's tomb looks like from down below. And here we go, folks. French cannon. And that's the real deal, folks. That's in the museum. That's Napoleon's, one of his coats and hats. There you go. It does look like the Ark, doesn't it? Yeah, here, I'll show it to you again. The Ark of the Covenant. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? There you go. It does look like the Ark, indeed. Vive la USA. I'll support that. And vive la France. Oui. And I haven't tried garlic pate, but I do have garlic, and I would like to. Why not? Moving on. Ooh, so there's another part of the YouTube. This is a military museum. None of these are operational. These are just for display only. Yeah, but how's that cool? Yeah, there's a good one. Military museum. This is in the military museum in Paris, France. Ooh, boy, that suit of armor looks like it's taken a beating. There you go. Okay, and this is a long distance shot leading up to Napoleon's tomb from way away. See that building way in the distance? That's the Napoleon's tomb. And there it is. And then we're back to the start. Now I do have some shots from inside. Let's take a look at those. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Share screen, yeah. And, ooh, here we go. Yeah, that's the one. Bingo. So here's the Louvre. Are the rumors true about the French maids? Yes. Yes, they are. And blue cheese, absolutely you need blue cheese with the garlic pate. So this is the Louvre from the outside. There's the Mona Lisa. That's it, folks. That is the real deal. So it's a film camera again. Sorry, the quality's not awesome, and you can't get up close to it. This was as close as I could get. They have barricades and she's smaller than you imagine. That's not a big painting, but she's behind plexiglass, and then there's also barricades that you can't get up even close to the plexiglass. But this is the real Mona Lisa. Well, or allegedly the real Mona Lisa. It's the one that's in the Louvre anyway, folks. Yeah, the frame was incredibly ornate. Again, I apologize for the quality of the picture, but that is the real Mona Lisa in the Louvre. Yeah. And there's, see, there is some Egyptian stuff in the Louvre. There you go. All kinds of stuff. Oh, the bottom floor of the Louvre is nothing but Egyptian stuff, actually, now that I remember. Okay. Can anyone tell me whose crown this is? He's a French king. Ooh. She is moaning? Well, she kind of looked like it. A little bit, Kronos. Yeah, probably. Sashi says, I've been learning about armor from Adam Savage's channel. That's a great channel. Recently, he was with a guy talking about the intricate details on them. Oh, yeah. 100% Sashi. Yeah, it's incredible. That is certainly a crown. Now, those jewels are glass. They were replaced in the 1800s. But that belongs to Louis the 15th. Louis the 15th. I think he was the Sun King. Le Roi du Soleil. Either the 15th or the 16th. I think it was the 15th was the Sun King. Yeah, that's Louis the 15th's crown. There you go. A little bit of camera flash with the scepters and so forth. Oh, that's a different crown. Oh, that's the other one next to it. We had a couple. Oh, that might be the Queen's crown. There's the Queen's crown. That's his crown. That's hers. Ooh. Is this Venus de Milo? Ooh, let me look it up. Yeah, I think, is that the Venus de Milo? I should know this crap. I believe that might be the Venus de Milo in the Louvre. I think. And yes, it's the Venus de Milo. See, okay, thanks. Let it by. Thanks for that, buddy. Is there any more? Are we done? Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, there is no more. Okay. There we go, folks. There is the Louvre. That was in a little bit of inside the loop. So we have been going for 1 hour tonight. I've got a lot more pictures from different years of Paris, but that's just a brief little introduction to Paris. And I'd like to get maybe Tiger Stripes or someone who's been to Paris to join me for another stream. And I'll bring up some other pictures. Oh, there's one thing I want. There is one thing I wanted to show. So my buddy and Kevin went into the les égouts de Paris. Les égouts means the sewers. Yeah, so they have ancient sewers that still are in operation all around Paris, and they have, honestly, to clean them, they have giant stone balls that are like 10 feet tall of different sizes, and they roll them down the sewers to clean them with using gravity, and they've done it for hundreds of years. So yeah, this is good. And I have pictures of this, as well as the catacombs underneath Paris. So that'll be on another stream, because Paris is just too amazing to do all in one stream. You gotta have a couple streams for Paris. And I want to say hello to West Cagle. Hello, West Cagle. There you go, buddy. Good to see you, my friend. We're just ending the stream now. Thanks for being here. Are the rumors true about the community of Sion in Dan Brown's book? I don't know. That's that you'd have to ask Tom Hanks, I think. Yeah. Well, welcome, Westcape. We were just wrapping up. Hold on. Is that a model of the space battleship Yamato behind you? Oh, well spotted, Sashi. Well spotted. Yes, sir. That is the space battleship Yamato. Yes, it is. I built it. I ordered the kit from Japan. It was like $250. It is 2 feet long. And I individually painted each part of it. So we'll finish up on Paris. So in the Louvre, you can spend a lot of time looking at paintings. And I have a painting of my buddy. I have a picture of my buddy posing with these two lovely ladies. I'll have to ask him if I can show him that. But anyway, that's in the Louvre. Yes, Sashi, well spotted. I'll bring it down, and then we'll wrap up. Oh yeah. Oh, and check this out. That's the captain's shuttle, right? Never glue that. Never, ever glue the captain's shuttle. There you go, Sashi. Oh, and do the turrets rotate, you might ask? Yes. Yes, they do. Yes. Yes, they do. Everything rotates. Oh yeah, there you go, Sashi. There's some space battleship porn for you. Oh yeah, dude. There you go, Sashi. Hope you liked it. Anyway, mon ami, it's it's past my bedtime. Thanks for being here, everybody. Really appreciate it. West Gable says I had built a model of the USS New Jersey. I used to pretend it was Yamato from the show. I have that. I have the battleship New Jersey. I also have that model. It's on the other side of the country at my parents' house, but I do have that. Love building battleships. The wave motion gun is awesome. You're darn right. I painted it 3 different colors in there. Nice. Oh, the smaller ships. Yeah, the stand came with little tiny smaller ships. Too small to show. But anyway, thanks everybody. We've been an hour and 10 minutes, 11 minutes. I appreciate y'all being here. That was a bit of Paris. And I've got a lot more pictures of Paris, some more modern photos. And you're actually, yes, Greek letters. I did try escargot and frog's legs. I did try frog's legs in Paris. Tasted like chicken. Yeah. Anyway, they say that about everything. They say that about sea turtle as well, but I disagree. Anyway, on that, have a good night, everybody. And we'll see you, I think in a couple of days, we're going to have to do a bonfire stream in tribute for the friends that we have lost. I'll do a final, geez, I hardly drank any of that. I think I'm sober. We'll raise the glass to Ozzy Osbourne. We'll raise the glass to George Koeman from Golden Earring and Hulk Hogan. Damn, I never thought Hulk Hogan would die. And Theo Huxtable. Damn, Theo Huxtable was 1 year older than I am. Holy shit. I guess I better get busy. We got shit to do before we die. We'll do a stream soon. Bonfire stream. Yeah. We'll talk about it all, man. Yeah. We'll bring out the big guns and have a bonfire. And cheers all of them. Rock on, friends. Thanks for being here, everybody. Good night.